Hello, everybody. I'm called Richard, and I'm going to tell you stories. Well, a little story about my dearest, dearest friend. What I want you to do is when you listen to the opening bars of Star Wars, which was recorded quite a long time ago in about 1971, something like that, the man who's playing the principal trumpet is called Maurice Harrison Murphy, my very, very best friend. And he has done so many films. But the interesting thing is, he lived in Shipley, Bradford, quite a long time. And before he joined the London Symphony Orchestra, he played for 5 years as principal cornet with the Black Dyke Mills Band. So wow. And that's where I met him was, would you believe, in Thornton Grammar School in Bradford, 1952. Yes, 1952. We were both members of the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain. And in Thornton Grammar School, it was a 1 week course putting the band together for the first time, about 70 odd young players like you. So, and it still goes on now, the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain. So, but when the great Star Wars composer started conducting the London Symphony Orchestra, at the very first day, Morris had, I've got to read this now, had been appointed, because he was appointed principal trombone, he was appointed principal trumpet of the London Symphony Orchestra. And both him, Morris, and John Williams turned up in the studio with the orchestra. It was Morris's first day playing with the London Symphony Orchestra, and also John Williams' first day conducting the London Symphony Orchestra. And when John Williams started to conduct Star Wars, later he said to somebody, when I heard the diamond sharp sound of Maurice Murphy, I knew I wanted him in all the films I wrote music for. And he did. He did. And Morris did so many films, over 100 films, not all the Star Wars one. He did all sorts of things that, like, anyway, but that's it. So that's made him famous. And then, so I was going to say, he was lead trumpet in so many films: Superman, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Harry Potter, Close Encounters, The Empire Strikes Back, E.T., Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, The Return of the Jedi, Born on the Foot. I can go on and on and on. And he played in every one of those. So, and then of course he had a colleague who, would you believe, a wonderful man called Rodney Franks, Rod Franks, and he followed him. He was younger than him, but he followed him. He became the principal cornet of Black Dyke for quite a while after Morris. And then where did he go after? He finished up in the London Symphony Orchestra as co-principal with Morris. So they were really, really, really good pals. Right, I'm going to say so. Now, I'm going to look at this. In the late 50s and early 60s, Morris, like I said, was principal cornet of Black Dyke Mills Band, then joined the BBC Northern Orchestra. And he was followed by Rod Franks, who he went on actually into Black Dyke and then into the LSO. But a nice little funny story. He was my best man at my wedding. So, and I was living in Bradford then, but I came over to Lancashire, back to Lancashire to get married. And what Morris and I had done, because at that time the Black Dyke Mills was John Foster and Son Mills. And they made, well, the thing they said was from a sheep's back to a man's back. They made obviously lovely cloth, woolen cloth. So we went into the shop in the mill, and ordered 2 suit lengths for my wedding. Then we looked if we had the same kind of suits on. We had them made up. And I was living over then in Preston, where I live now. And I remember I was getting ready, and Morris and his mum and dad, Gladys and Bill, mum were lovely people because I lived with them. And they came over, they drove over, the 50 miles over from Bradford. And I heard my mother say to Gladys, oh, have you got have you got everything ready for Maurice's suit? Oh, he said it's in the case in the car. Maurice, go and get the case. Guess what? They had left the case in Bradford. So it was too late. So instead of having two identical like suits, so Maurice had to take his suit off and my mother ironed it up. So that was a funny little story. But all I'm thinking and telling you that these two young men, both Maurice and Rod, they worked so hard. They started off learning just like you all learn, and they went bigger and bigger. And they became two wonderful stars. So keep at it, and you get paid off.